Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Supanisad ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We are looking at mantra 17. Shall we continue? Okay. Okay, let's continue. Facilities for the devotees. The devotees, however, by practice of devotional service to the Lord, develop a sense of love for Godhead. And even if at the time of death, a devotee does not remember his godly service, the Lord does not forget him. Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned in Dicta of Devotion, if you remember, one of the qualities of Krishna is that Krishna is grateful. True? Yes. Krishna is grateful. He never forget what we have done. He never forget anyone. Never. He is very grateful. For every little thing we do, Krishna magnifies it. As one of the benedictions in the Damodara Lila. Little activity, Krishna will expand it and make it big. And Chaitanya Bhagavad, one day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Srivas Pandit house. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was eating everything devotees were giving until devotees have nothing to offer. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was still asking for more. Is there anything more? Oh, my Lord, everything is finished. So no, bring something. Bring something. He says, oh, it's only camphor rice. Well, bring it. He ate everything. You say, have something more? Devotee said, there is nothing. What we have is not important. He said, there is nothing from my devotee that is small. Nothing is small from my devotee. Nothing. Everything is very important for my devotees. Bring. Krishna is grateful. Very grateful. So he would never forget a devotee. Jamila. Krishna did not forget him. Even though he made a mistake on the way of his practice, Krishna remembered what he has done before. So it is Krishna who influenced Jamila to name his son Narayan. Not only that, Krishna made him to be very attached to the boy. That he constantly chant Narayan. It's Krishna's arrangement. In appreciation for what he has done before. When he was practicing his Brahmanical activities, duties, he did it nicely. So when he had problems, Krishna didn't forget, oh, you finish. So Krishna didn't forget.
It makes no sense.
Yes.
Krishna's infinite. Whatever we've done, is so puny and insignificant.
Yes.
And he's never forgetting us,
Never.
the service we gave to him.
Yes.
That's just very hard to put on a scale.
Yes.
With us. What did we do? Still pushes reciprocate.
Full of contaminations, he lost with anger, with greed. He never forgets. Never forget. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, this incident shows that Krishna is a person. And,
Yeah, he's a person. A person means what? He has feelings. Krishna has feelings. Not a stone. He has feelings for everyone.
But when it says he never forgets,
Yes.
that means in every birth we've taken since the beginning of this universe, but you don't even remember any of them, he knows what we did in every single species.
Yes.
Every he just knows. And still he loves us.
Yes.
Ah, Hare Krishna.
Yesterday I was telling devotee one pastime Krishna did. In Vrindavan there is a Balaji temple there. Balaji. In Mathura. You not been there? No? Yes, Balaji temple there in Mathura. Is in Vrindavan and also Mathura. One Balaji temple is there, opposite Krishna tree, Krishna Balaram tree. Remember? Krishna Balaram tree. Left side is Balaji temple is there. And Mathura. And when you are going to Barahadev's temple, down before you climb up there, there's a Balaji temple. So in that temple, there are two brothers. Two brothers were serving there. One brother was full-time dedicated to the service, full-time. The other brother was not doing anything. The program, he doesn't come. Occasionally, when he lies, maybe some festival, you see him. But other days, he's not there. He is doing something else. It has been like that for years. And then one time there was some challenges, some difficulties. When the difficulty came before all of them, the two brothers started to pray to Lord Krishna. As they prayed, the brother who was not doing anything got his prayers answered. And the one who had been serving from childhood, every single day is there, from morning till night. His prayer was not answered. So the devotee was furious. This is injustice. This person never serve you. He never attend program. Occasionally he comes when he lies. I have been there every day from morning till night. Every day I've been here from childhood. And my prayer is not answered. This one, the prayer is answered. What is this? So Krishna told him, yes, it is true that he is not practicing as you are practicing. There's something you don't know that I know about him. I know about you also. Krishna told him, this person in the past life has done so much.
I thought you were talking about yourself, that there's something you know that none of us know. I'm waiting for you to tell us. Hare Krishna.
I'm talking about the past time, Krishna's gratefulness. Krishna is grateful. So the deity told the other devotee, your brother has perfected his life from the previous practice. Just little for him to complete it. And you are just beginning. you are just beginning. So you cannot compare. Then he became silent and accepted that. So Krishna knows everyone from all species, he knows all. And he reciprocates completely without mistake. That is Krishna's position. So there is no cheating. There is no cheating in Krishna consciousness. There is no cheating. Or at best, we can always cheat ourselves, but not somebody else. Not somebody else. Ye yatamam prapadante tam tataiva bhajami aham. It is perfect and correct. Perfect. That's exactly what Krishna is. Never forget anything, anyone. And he reciprocates exactly, not cheating. Yes. This prayer is to remind the Lord about the devotee's sacrifice. But even if there is no reminder, the Lord does not forget the devotional service of the pure devotee. The Lord clearly describes his intimate relationship with his devotees in the Gita. Srila Bhakti Thakur explains the Gita's verses in this connection. One should accept a devotee who is on the path of the saints, even though such a devotee may seem of loose character. One should try to understand the real import of the words loose character. A conditioned soul has to act in double functions, namely, one for the maintenance of the body, and again for self-realization. Social status, mental development, cleanliness, austerity, nourishment, and the struggle for existence are all for the maintenance of the body. And the self-realization part of his activities is executed in his occupation as a devotee of the Lord. And he performs action in that connection also. These two different functions go along parallel lines, because the conditioned soul cannot give up the maintenance of the body. The proportion of activities for maintenance of the body decreases, however, in proportion to the increase in devotional service. And as long as the proportion of devotional service does not come to the right point, there is a chance for an occasional exhibition of worldliness. But it should be noted that such worldliness cannot continue for any length of time, because by the grace of the Lord, such imperfections will come to an end very shortly. Very shortly. The Lord is working on us constantly. Always, He's working on us constantly. How much of this experience you will have depends on our attitude towards what Krishna is doing for us. Our attitude in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said is what? What Prabhupada said? Huh? You forgot? It's a letter of instruction.
Advanced devotion depends on the attitude of the follower.
Yes. Attitude. Attitude. If we can every day tell Krishna thank you in all circumstances, good or bad, we don't know how much we gain from that. Just to tell Krishna thank you in what is happening. It's bad or good, it does not matter. What matters is attitude in what is happening. How do we see the mercy of Krishna coming through us? How do we see it? It helps about maturity in Krishna consciousness. The Prabhupada said here, in no time, Krishna will be helped in no time. Very soon. Very, very soon. Yes.
I was just thinking, I was connected that many of us, perhaps, I should say, some of us, may know a devotee who had joined ISKCON and then became attracted to worldly things.
Yes.
And left ISKCON.
Yes.
And here, Prabhupada is saying, their worldliness, okay, it'll end very soon.
Yes.
One way or another. And then they will begin where they left off. So all these devotees that blew, we use that phrase, they're going to be coming back.
It will come back.
They begin where they left off. If they were members of ISKCON and just became ensnared by Maya,
Yes.
that moment where they were really following, that's where they're going to begin.
Yes.
In their next birth. It's amazing.
Yes.
No one actually, Krishna doesn't let anyone bloom. Unless you commit the mad allergy. And you have to specifically get forgiveness from her. Right?
Yes.
It's like Krishna doesn't let you bloom.
Anyone who has circumambulated Tulsi Devi, you are captured. If you have made a mistake by circumambulating Tulsi Devi, you are finished.
Even up to
Finish.
Brahmin,
Yes.
which I've always interpreted to mean, in my case,
Mm.
if I drove a Brahmin away by anything I did or allowed devotees around me to do that I could have stopped, that's like I killed him.
Mm.
That's how I've always taken that.
Yes.
Amazing grace and mercy which you could forgive them.
Yes. Last year I met one devotee in Brazil. She joined the movement very young, from college. She joined, and she was living in a temple. She continued her study for some time and stopped, and became a book distributor and served the movement for many years. And after some time, she has a very serious a challenge, which made her to give up Krishna consciousness. So she had to leave the temple. He went back, went to school and completed her law, became a lawyer, was working. After many years, he came back. So she was telling me, one day we were reading something like this, and she said, "This is my case, because this is what happened to me. I left, I'm now back." So it's a fact. A Christian never leaves us. We see things externally. So we're repeating, if we can learn how to appreciate Krishna, appreciate our being in Krishna consciousness, so many wonderful things will happen to us more than what we're experiencing at the moment. Many wonderful things will take place. Unlimited. So we should tell Krishna thank you every day. Thank you, Krishna. Every day we should do this. Sincerely from the heart. You will see the miracles will take place in our heart. Krishna never forget. So grateful. He is. Therefore, the path of devotional service is the only right path. Being on the right path, even an occasional occurrence of worldliness does not hamper one in the advancement of self-realization. Doesn't. Jamila, for so many instances, I have seen so many devotees who have tried to leave the movement. They didn't succeed. They will go and they will come back. I've seen. So when I was laughing, I said, devotee, I said, why are you laughing? I said, I'm seeing, see this Prabhu have been trying to run away from the movement since. But every time he goes, after some time you see him back. So then I told him, Prabhu, it's better just stay. Just stop this going and coming. Just stay. Because you cannot go, so just stay. You are trying to run away, you're not succeeding. Just stay. Whatever it is, just forget it and just stay. That's all. Does it make sense? Yes, I told him, you don't give up this. If you are doing something and not succeeding, it means you cannot succeed in it. Forget it. Just stay. Christianity is always after us. And in the Gita itself, Krishna says, one who is engaged in devotional service, despite the most abominable action, is to be considered saintly, because he is rightly situated. Which verse is that? Pichet. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Very shortly does he become righteous and attain to lasting peace. Of course, this verse does not encourage us to become whimsical. If we act whimsically, this mercy will not apply to us. The verse applies to one who is sincerely trying his best. But because of the weight of our karma is checking our progress. And if we become attracted to worldliness, Krishna will help us to come back. We'll come back. Also, Lord Kunti, it is my promise that my devotee would never perish. So try to understand this. Krishna did not say my devotee will not have difficulty. He didn't say that. But will not perish. The difficulty will be there. Challenges will be there. Actually, challenges are to help to give us strength. In our Christian consciousness, to give us strength. If there is no examination, how will we know your performance? The examination is not to fail the student. It is to check how much we are understanding. No teacher will say the exam, I'm going to say the exam that nobody will pass in this class. No teacher does that. But to test our ability of understanding, how we are understanding the training. Every teacher will want all the students to pass. Yeah. Also, no Kunti, anyone who will take shelter in me, whether a woman or a merchant or born in a low family can yet approach the supreme destination. How much greater then are the Brahmanas, the righteous, and the devotees, and saintly kings. Excuse me. In this miserable world, these are fixed in devotional service to the Lord. Engage in my service and surrender unto me, completely absorbed in me. Surely you will come to me without fail. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 30 to 34. Such facilities of devotional service are denied the impersonalists because they are attached to the Brahmajyoti future of the Lord. They can neither penetrate the Brahmajyoti as is suggested in the previous mantras, nor do they believe in the personality of Godhead. Their business is mostly concerned with semantics, the jugglery of words or mental creation. As such, the impersonalists pursue formless, fruitless level, as is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita in the 12th chapter. All the facilities suggested in this mantra or Sri Upanishad can easily be obtained by constant contact with the personal future of the Absolute Truth. Devotional service to the Lord consists essentially of 9 transcendental activities on the part of the devotee. 9 limbs of devotional service. Why are these not available to the impersonalists? They do not believe in the personal future of the Lord. They are busy with word jugglery and mental speculation. They are attached to impersonal Brahmajyoti. Therefore, they describe how intimate is this relationship. A devotee never perishes even if he or she engages in abominable act 90. Takes a lower birth, does not disqualify the devotee. Why does the Lord not reject such a devotee? Because the devotee is fixed in determination. As devotional service, you will experience. Worldliness will decrease proportionately. Imperfections will end shortly. It is just a matter of time. Prabhupada said. So we have hearing about the Lord, glorifying the Lord, remembering the Lord, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, worshiping the Lord, offering prayers to the Lord, serving the Lord, friendly association with the Lord, and surrendering everything unto the Lord. These are 9 themes of Bhakti. These 9 principles of devotional service, either in sum total or one by one, can help the devotee to be constantly in touch with God. And therefore, at the end of life, it is easy for the devotee to remember the Lord. By adopting only one of these 9 principles, it was possible for the following renowned devotees of the Lord to achieve the highest perfection. 1. By hearing only, Maharaj Parikshit, the hero of Srimad Bhagavatam, achieved the desired results. By hearing. Just by glorifying the Lord, Sukadeva Goswami, the speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam, achieved his perfection. By praying, Akrura achieved desired result. By remembering, Prahlad Maharaj achieved the result, the desired result. By worshipping, Prithu Maharaj achieved perfection. By serving the lotus feet of the Lord, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, achieved perfection. By personal service to the Lord, Hanuman achieved the desired result. By friendship, Arjuna achieved the result. By surrendering everything that he had, Maharaj Bali achieved the desired result. And Ambarish Maharaj, which one? Huh? Ambarish Maharaj did all the 9. He did all the 9 perfectly. So even one is potent. Even one of it is potent, more powerful, very, very powerful, that we can take one. But Ambarish Maharaj was so greedy that he took the whole 9. Yes. So we should be greedy. We should be greedy for Krishna prema. Greedy. As hearing and chanting of the science of God is the basic principle of devotional life, so the complete Bhagavatam is heard by Maharaj Parikshit and chanted by Sukadev Goswami. Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Sukadev Goswami. Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Sukadev because Sukadev was a great spiritual master than any great yogi or transcendentalist of his time. Maharaj Parikshit's question was, what is the duty of every man, specifically at the time of death? The answer by Sukadev Goswami was that everyone who desires of liberation, who desires of being free from all anxiety should always hear about and glorify the personality of Godhead, who is the supreme director of everything, the extinguisher of all difficulties. He is a super soul of all living entities. It's wonderful. So-called human society.
So-called.
Yes. Means that we have become so degraded than human beings. We are less than human beings. The so-called human society is generally engaged at night in the matter of sleeping or sex indulgence. And during the daytime, men are engaged in earning money as much as possible. And during the daytime, men are engaged in earning money as much as possible, or else in shopping for the family maintenance. People have very little time to talk about the personality of Godhead or to make any inquiries about Him. One day I told one devotee, the person who has given you the strength to go to where you want to go, he has the power to take it away from you at any time, and you cannot do anything. But you have abandoned him to go for something else. He can stop you. He can say today you are not going to get to where you are going. And we can't do anything about it. But you have abandoned him to try to look for sanctification. At any time, Krishna can ask our hand not to function. Because doctor can put it back. Useless. We should give you attention. You say we don't have time. Krishna gave us 24 hours. You say we don't have time. He gave 24 hours. How many hours he should give to us? 48? We need 48 hours? Do you think if you have 48 hours, you will not complain? We still complain that the time is short. There's no time. And why is time is short for us? Why we don't have time? What is the reason why we don't have time?
We are involved with various activities that is not related to Krishna consciousness.
Okay. Sanctification. Not related to Krishna consciousness. Why we don't have time?
We don't understand the value of time and wasted.
We don't understand the value of time, so we wasted it. Rupa Goswami said that one of the symptoms of Uttam Bhakta is that he doesn't waste time. You have no time to waste. Yes, yes.
The duration of human life is anyway short.
Duration is short. Very good. Yes, Prabhu.
Because we can die any moment, and it is possible we won't be able to remember Krishna because of our past activities. So that's why we have short time and we should progress in devotional service.
We have no time. Very good. Very good. Yes, Prabhu.
Because people are busy in sense gratification, they don't want to take knowledge about God. So they have not got knowledge about God. So if they give some time to know about spirituality, then they get knowledge because they have not knowledge about that.
Okay, very good. Yes, sir.
Because time, we fail to understand time is Krishna's energy. So we don't surrender to Krishna. We are not able to control the time.
Very, very good. It's very, very good. Time is not our property. It's Krishna. So it is true that we don't have time, because if you don't have Krishna, how will you have time? Those who have Krishna, they have time. Those who have no Krishna have no time. Which is not our property. That's why we don't have time, because we don't have Krishna. The devotees of Krishna have time, because they have Krishna. Right? Yes. They have dismissed the cause of God's existence in so many ways, especially by declaring Him to be impersonal. That is, without any sense perception. They are big offenders. Very big offenders and envious of Christians. So they want Christians to enjoy. If you have no sense, you cannot enjoy. That's envy. But in the Vedic literature, whether the Upanishads or the Vedanta Sutras or the Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam, in every scripture, it is declared that the Lord is a sentient being, supreme over all other living entities, and His glorious activities are identical with Himself. One should therefore not indulge in hearing and speaking of the rubbish activities of worldly politicians and the so-called big men of society, but should so mold his life that a second is wasted without engagement in godly activities. So the purpose says we should mold our life to remain Krishna conscious 24 hours. He said it here. He said it in Bhagavad Gita 9:27, 1865. Prabhupada repeated the same thing. Bhagavad Gita 9:27 purport, right from the beginning. 1865 purport. And he said it here. He also said in first canto Bhagavatam. We should mold our life in such a way that we remain 24 hours Krishna conscious. We should mold our lives. We should mold our lives. Yes, Prabhu.
Someone may say, this is a seemingly impossible where you reach Krishna, you have to be able to live without wasting a second. You look at our day or night. I think every one of us would be honest and say, okay, I wasted a second here. If easily you can say where we wasted a second. So Prabhupada saying, you have to mold our life so we don't waste a second. So does that have to be achieved in order to go back to God? That was what someone might say.
Yes.
That question.
Yes.
So it's a very high standard, a very high bar.
Yes. That's why Prabhupada gave it. And it's,
So we don't want to discourage our devotees
yes.
who still aren't there yet, but do waste time, even a second year later.
Yes, we don't want to discourage any person. At the same time, we should know the goals so we can know how to prepare ourselves to go there. If you know our destination, then we can plan the speed. Like Prabhupada said here, I've quoted.
You know, we have to believe
Yes.
that as we advance, the bliss and ecstasy of devotional service will start carrying us to not wasting time. Because we'll sense, where'd that bliss go?
Yes.
I interrupted my consciousness from Krishna.
Yes.
It actually happens like that.
Yes. Yes. Let us mold our lives. You should plan our lives so that we remain Krishna conscious. Even materially, we have to plan. Why not plan our spiritual life? And if we don't plan our Krishna conscious life, Maya will plan it.
I'm curious what the connecting factor between the sadhaka and their sadhana is that will generate that.
Sadhaka and
the sadhana which will connect them to Krishna consciousness. Like just performing it alone mechanically may not do it, but there's like a factor in the practice that actually connects the bhakti or
everything has a beginning. Everything. And it is very important also to begin from the beginning. Our sadhana, 9 processes which is given here, chanting and hearing. So in the beginning it is mechanical. It is done with a lot of offenses. So it's a namaparad that we chant. But as we continue to practice, there is always a chance that whatever we do, there is a reaction. The reaction of our practice is that we are getting purified. Our bhajan our bhajan kriya, it should raise us to another tendibility. That is progression. If we are not going there, if our narratives are not lived, not being removed, that means there's something wrong with what we are doing. And devotional service cannot be a mechanical thing. It's a spiritual activity. So what some of us doesn't do, which we should do, is that everything we are doing in our Krishna consciousness is our offering to Krishna. And Krishna is a person. So we are offering him something. If you offer something to a friend, we should check to see if he's enjoying it. We shouldn't just go on and or just do something without checking to see the quality of what we do. We should check and see, is he enjoying what I'm doing or not? So if he's enjoying it, then we'll continue. And even if he's enjoying it, we shouldn't do the same thing. We should increase it. We should always increase the quality of what we do. That will remove all the necessary things and bring us to the stage that we'll be getting the taste from what we're doing. That taste from what we're going to make us to become attached to it. That attachment will lead us to perfection. So there's a progression in what we do. And we should check and see how we are making progress in what we practice.
So one can always be checking in.
Yes, you should check. You should check. We cannot just be functioning. Every day we are chanting Hare Krishna mantra. We should check and see the quality of what we are chanting. How am I chanting it? We should do that. How am I chanting? I'm hearing. How am I hearing? I'm serving. How am I serving? What is the quality of the service I'm doing? We should constantly look on that.
So that keeps it from becoming mechanical.
Yes.
Intention is always.
Yes. It's a conscious activity. If we want to be Krishna conscious, we have to be conscious first. How are we going to become Krishna conscious when we are not conscious? We should be conscious first. To be conscious first, we have to become human. And to make us human, we have the regulative principles to follow. The regulative principles help us, it purifies us and brings us some sense of knowledge. To see that we are humans, and then the activities of humans should be put into practice. So every day we should check and see these things. Right? Yes, Prabhu. I think Mike is working in Africa.
We finished studying this in the Nectar Devotions, where there's so many principles, but then if you try to find the five most important,
Yes.
and then you start practicing and following based on accepting spiritual master, accepting spiritual master, falling in love with your spiritual master,
Yes.
and chanting the holy names, and associating
For devotees.
with devotees, and seeing the deities. I mean, you could go on and on. Offering all food to Krishna before you taste it. But my personal favorite is japa.
Hari.
When you have this 2 hours of praying to Krishna, you're begging you when you're chanting his holy names. Krishna, I'm offering you my body, my mind, my intelligence, my word. Pick a prayer. Pick what you're offering to Krishna and think about it for 2 hours. If you do that every day during your japa, Krishna would be so pleased within your heart. He's going to start giving you great realization. He's going to start showing himself to you. He's going to start letting you feel you're associating with him.
Thank you. Srila Bhakti Thakur said that as we are chanting, we should work on ourselves. The same thing. Not just this chanting. See, work on ourselves. The practical aspect Prabhu just mentioned. Working on ourselves. The unnecessary things which I have been keeping with me, let them be going. I'm attracted to talking while doing japa, right? So some devotees, they cannot complete one round without talking with somebody. So we give up that. That's working. It's working on ourselves to achieve the perfect result of the goal of chanting. This is Krishna Prema. We should work on ourselves. We cannot just continue to hold on to the same thing and expect to get the perfect result. No, we have to give up so many things which are unnecessary. Yes, I'm very easily irritated, which is also disturbed because it makes me to be offensive to other devotees also. So I should start thinking positively. So this is working on ourselves. We're working on ourselves by giving all the necessary things. We cannot do this if we are not checking the quality of our service to Krishna. We are praying to Lord Krishna to please. I heard Nityananda Prabhu is coming. So Bhakti Thakur said that the name Nityananda and Chaitanya, the incarnation, Chaitanya, Nityananda, they don't take offense. So we ask Lord Nityananda, so if you don't take offense, then make my japa pure. Give me the pure name. Please help me with the pure name. Help me realize what was it the time you were physically here, what time or the kirtan, the place you visit. Show me these things because you don't take offense. So help me with the pure name. Let it be my turn also. When will that be? So we are hankering, we are praying, we are begging the Lord for that. These are the things Bhakti Thakur is talking. We should work on ourselves. We are conscious of what we are doing. And the Lord, you think He will not hear us? Eh? The Lord will not hear? If He talk to them sincerely from heart like this, the Lord will not hear? So if He hears, He will not do anything? Eh? If He's hearing, He will not do anything? He will do something. He will do. Because it's a person. A person who cares for us, a person who loves us, a person who has come just for our purpose. That's what they came for. So let's talk to them. Let's beg them. I had, when the Prabhupada installed the Krishna Valam temple in Vrindavan, I had, and she told us that I can't remember her name. Dhira? She's in Vrindavan. Yes, yes, thank you. David Shakti, yeah, thank you. David Shakti Mataji. She told us, and then the Prabhupada told the, after installing the deity, Prabhupada said, now your problem is finished. He said, how? Our problem is finished. Talk to them. Tell them, Krishna Balam are here for us. Tell to them. Let's tell them our problem. I have difficulty in japa. I have weakness in japa. My mind goes here and there. Please help me to control the mind. Make the mind focus on you. We have the mouth, we have the tongue to do that, right? Right?
Sounds like Baby Shakti.
Yes. Yes.
We're having that.
Let's do that. We should work on ourselves. Hearing, we should beg, hearing. Then our Krishna consciousness becomes very meaningful. We can see. Pure bhakti is a tangible substance. We can feel it. We can feel it. 11:2:42. What do you say? 11:2:42. It's my Bhagavata. Canto chapter 2, text 42, 40.
Shout it out.
Devotion, direct experience of the Supreme Lord, and detachment from other things. These three occur simultaneously for one who has taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the same way, that pleasure, nourishment, and relief from hunger come simultaneously and increasingly with each bite for a person engaged in eating.
Repeat the first.
Devotion, direct experience,
direct,
and detachment.
and detachment. Direct means what? Direct. What does that mean? Huh? Prabhupada said this morning. What did Prabhupada say this morning? Face to face. Face to face. Let us make this statement a reality in our life. It's not just remain in the book. Let become reality in our life. How do I remain there? Devotion, direct experience, and detachment from all material things. These three things, they come for a person who is engaged in Krishna consciousness. It should be our experience. It's not fiction. If you don't work on them, they will not come like that. We have to, we have to consciously invoke them. Then we'll experience them. They will come like that. Right? A person who is engaged in eating, every bite, what happened? Every spoon you take in the mouth, what happened? Hunger is diminished. Right? Do you know to tell somebody, am I belly full? Babu, am I belly full? Do you know to ask? You will know that their belly is full. That is Krishna consciousness. Not just rules, regulations, and don't do this, don't. That is to make us human beings to go inside and relish what is inside. Face to face with Krishna. Face to face. Just await all of us in Krishna consciousness. So much encouragement is there in our path. So much encouragement, is it not? There's so much encouragement. So much. So let's put effort. Let's put effort. So pray seriously.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes.
Do you like to think about your spiritual master? do you like to think, do all of us like to think about our spiritualness? Probably yes.
Yes.
Hopefully yes.
Yes. Not hopefully, yes.
The holy name of these super divine forms of God, yes, spiritual being, and your spiritual master every morning is introducing you to each living being. He's right there with you, introducing you exactly like being introduced to a person. That's what your guru is doing every month, every time you turn the room. So, about that, you have very fixed job.
The question answered? Makes sense to you?
Boy, will you feel grateful to what spiritual is.
Yes. We're eternally indebted to our spiritual masters for giving us this wonderful feast. It's a heavy feast, right? Heavy feast. You are not loaded. No appetite. No. You don't have appetite because you're fully loaded. So Prabhupada is saying, I'm repeating, one should therefore not indulge in hearing and speaking of the rubbish activities of worldly politicians. Rubbish politicians. And the so-called big men of society, but should so mold his life that not the second is wasted without engagement in godly activities. Sri Upanishad direct us towards such activities. Unless one is accustomed to this devotional service, what will he remember at the time of death when the body is dislocated? And how can he pray to the Almighty Lord to remember his sacrifices? Sacrifice means sacrificing the interests of the senses. One has to learn this art by employing the senses in the service of the Lord during one's lifetime, so that one can utilize the result at the time of death. Once I was talking to a person who came to the temple. So we're discussing about this topic of remembering Krishna at the time of death. So go to Godhead. He said, yeah, thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now you have given me the secret. So I will wait. When I'm going to, I will remember Krishna. I said, my friend, it does not work like that. How will you remember if you don't practice? How will you remember? If you don't invest, how will you make profit? That investment, you make profit? From where? From what? So, we have to practice. Yes, Swayambhuva is not asking the Lord for what he did not do. He said, please, remember the service I have rendered to you. He has rendered some service, so he's begging, please, I may forget because of the difficult situation at the time of quitting the body. But you does not have our difficulty, our challenges. So you remember everything and everyone. Therefore, I'm begging you, please don't forget me at the time of death. As we are practicing now, we should know, all of us should know, that what we are practicing now, it will accumulate to how Krishna is going to remember us. If we work on ourselves as we are practicing nicely with all sincerity, taking full shelter of the spiritual master, begging constantly for mercy, for blessing, for strength, to do the right thing, certainly, surely, the Lord will remember us. And remembering us, He did to Haridas Thakur. The time who He did to Haridas Thakur. He personally came to Haridas. My dear Haridas, can you tell me what is your disease? Haridas Thakur said, my disease that I cannot complete my round. The time he did service by chanting. That attracted the mercy of the Lord to come before him. So the Lord said, Haridas, you have chanted. You are no different from the holy name. You have chanted His name. So there's no question of you chanting or not chanting. Your body, your life is already an automatic chanter. That is your situation. So the Lord came before Haridas. When he told him, my dear Lord, all your pastimes are wonderful. Wonderful, sweet, all nectar. And I want to constantly remember every single activity you have performed in my life. Only one I don't want to experience. Immediately Chaitanya understood. So he said, you are like this, my dear, you can leave anytime. You can leave anytime you like. Haridas is telling him, I don't want to live after you, because the pain of separation was too much for me to bear. So let me go before you, so I will feel better. Chaitanya who gave him the blessing, the permission. You can go anytime you like. You're free. Anytime you can go. He came before Haridas. Krishna came before Bhishmadev. Hare Krishna.
That is the law.
Yes, sir.
You want to leave before the person that you love leaves. So
Yes.
You can't bear life if they leave. And live.
Yes. Srila Prabhupada ki, Sri Swapanisa ki, Hare Krishna. Okay.
All thanks, His Holiness Bhakti Damodara.